Hey, what's up, internet world? Welcome to Powerverse. I am your host, the Golden Mike from the North, Balamau Power. Now, this podcast was created in response to our pivot against the pandemic COVID-19 impacts. Here, we get to explore creative arts businesses, empowering and inspiring stories from our communities of First Nations people across the country. So I hope you enjoyed these episodes. And like we always say here in Powerverse, stay inspired, stay empowered, and stay connected. That's all. Hey, to everybody out there in the internet world, it's Obala Mao Power here, the Golden Mike from the North, here with another episode of Powerverse. For those who are tuning in right now, if this is your first episode, Powerverse is the platform where we speak to creative artists, entrepreneurs, and people in business from community, from the culture, to bring their stories to life. Inspiring, empowering people, sharing empowering stories. All right, we're going to get to it, man. I'm excited about today's episode. I have here with me, all the way from far north Queensland, the 870 Culture Co. Man, welcome guys. Welcome to the interview of Powerverse.
Yo, pleasure to be here, my brother. Pleasure to be here.
It's a blessing.
Man, I want to start off this way. We connected on this awesome tip, bro, on a launch of this company right next door here in Alexa. And that went off, man. It took us back to the roots, man.
Yo, man, it was a pleasure to have you sharing the stage with us.
Yeah.
That was humbling. That was humbling right there.
And it was unexpected to,
Yo.
I gotta say shout out to the big brother Kyle there, bro. Brother Kyle, he called me up, told me that day, said you better come check out this launch, man.
Yeah.
There's these hot new artists out here, doing the thing, man, starting the business, and I rocked up. I'm like, didn't disappoint. I'm like, that was a night.
We're so glad that
Big
you
Baller.
had fun.
Yo, Big Balla's an absolute genius.
Well, I'll get to it. Look, here right now, I'm going to introduce everybody. We got L.A Stray, we got Pysko TI, and we got Haiz here right now, all making up the combination. And also, I'm going to introduce sister here, Katie, as well, all making up the this collaboration called the 870 Culture Co. We'll get into the name of that title because I think it was pretty genius when you explained the concept behind it. But I want to get you guys to introduce yourself, your background, your mom, where you come from, and then we'll get into the story of how this all came together.
All right.
I'll start off with you, LA.
All right. So as people might know, my name is L.A Stray. I'm from Cairns. I'm 28 years of age. I've been doing this for a couple of years, but professionally probably 2 years now. About 2 years, yeah. Josh linked me up. He messages me on Facebook, and he listens to one of my old tracks, one that I wasn't making money off. It was just out there for fun, and then we linked up. We started everything just started falling into place. Venues, features, everything that we needed just sort of started coming in because of this dude right here. So, I mean, for me, what rap is a level of confidence, like having anxiety and having depression has been a very hard journey for me, trying to make friends, trying to be around people, let alone just holding a friendship.
Yes.
But I found through this music and through hip-hop, I've been able to express myself in a way that at the end of it, I feel good about myself, I feel confident, happy enough to be out around people where my anxiety just doesn't affect me the same way that it used to.
Yes. Well, that's great, and this is one thing I realized about hip-hop at a young age as well. Rapping hip-hop is very therapeutic. To be able to put this into music. Most people don't know I'm essentially an introvert. I don't go out, but through this I've been able to develop that confidence. So sharing that, man, I know every MC has some level of this story in them. So it's great to see that the culture or the art form does that. It's really a healing process.
And that's what I want my music to do for people when they listen to it. Even if they can't relate to the content inside it, I want them to at least be able to listen to it and just go, you know what? Yes, I want to feel better today. I want to feel confident. I don't care why or what it is. I don't want to be down. I don't want to feel like, a terrible person or something.
No,
So if
too
you can
good.
do that, I'll be good, you know.
Deadly, deadly, brother. Now we're gonna go to brother Psycho TI, man.
Yo.
The brains and I guess the movement behind all of this stuff, man.
The leader.
Yeah, before I had the boys, I was like I was a one-man label. Yo, but my name's Pysko TI. I'm born down Brisbane way to the Waka Waka tribe. Indigenous rapper, raised in far north Queensland, and adopted by the Wallapara tribe of the Yindiji people. And yo, this music it's been a journey. Like I didn't get dealt the easiest hand of cards in life. Like I spent my teen years sleeping in a public bathroom. But through that, I devoted my life to wanting to learn. I didn't want a life of crime, and that's with 870 culture. What I'm trying to take the young brothers out of, because you got young brothers at Murrabble Way and all that, just stealing cars because they don't see no better way for the future.
Yeah.
And you know, I want to show them through just motivation. You can achieve a status of a business mentality from that. Like my way is hip hop. It could be anything. You like cars, you be a car dealer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just set out what you want to be, and that's the premises behind 870 culture. To have the brothers on board, like as Stray was saying, I took him from, you were getting like 50 views.
Yeah, I wasn't making much traction, unfortunately, but I'm not too proud to admit it.
He's bumping up 30,000 on this stuff now.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you know,
Nice.
to be able to have that and give him that platform, especially coming from being someone with mental disorders. I've got bipolar and stuff like that. It's not the same thing, but to see a brother struggling, and it's like I feel humbled to be able to make that happen. And L.A Haiz here, he wasn't able to reach that status to releasing stuff, and now we definitely on that road. Yo,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a journey, and as I said, performing with you was absolutely amazing because your songs, Stand Up, Freedom, everything is
Thank you, brother.
absolutely moving to me. Because I'm trying to do the same sort of thing for my son, so he can see that
Yes.
Daddy ain't all about that gangster rap. Like,
Yes.
you know, culture saved my life, and I hope that the young ones embrace that. And yeah, but I won't hug the mic too much.
It's all right. This is where we tell our stories. That's
Yeah.
what the platform is about, and it's about real stories, real people, real life journey. You know, real experiences and real knowledge, and that's what we want to be about. You know, nothing fabricated. Everything's authentic here. And while we speak about L.A Haiz, man, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm Haiz. My name is Josiah Mabo. Well, Haiz comes from.
It's right there.
Yeah, so Haiz is pretty much because people call me Saya for short, and it's just back to front, and it's spelled Haiz. So Saya backwards is like Haiz. But yeah, so I'm from Murray Island. I grew up on York Island and Murray Island. Born on TI. I'm part of the Pebri tribe on Murray Island there, with Mabos. Yeah, I pretty much I started writing music when I was pretty much 16 in music in high school. Sorry. Yeah, my cousin, because everyone was rapping back then, you know, and back then we didn't have any beats or anything, but people were just beatboxing, you know, like, and this was like, what, 2009 pretty much, when I pretty much started. But yeah, so my cousin told me like, oh, you should go and try write something, you know, because I feel like that's where I was like good at. I was good at writing, I couldn't really freestyle. But anyways, I went back to my dorm and I wrote out this full page of the first lyric I ever wrote, and it was like, yo, on point. And that's when I realized like I could actually write. And yeah, then I got into the year after that, 2010. I got into a garage band because my mom had a iMac laptop.
Yep.
And I went there and I was like, oh, the garage band's on here. Then I started playing around with that, and that's where I made my first ever beat and song. And it was kind of like was unmixed and all that. It sounded like real thing. But yeah, that's pretty much how I pretty much started. Within those 2 years of writing and making beats. And yeah, haven't really put anything out because I've never really had the space and all that to record and all that and equipment. Because when I went down to Brisbane in 2018, I joined ACPA.
Yep.
And we performed everywhere, like Commonwealth Games behind Harry James Angus. It was the choir for all of that stuff. And yeah, that's where I picked up Ableton, and now I'm full on Ableton. And Ableton just kind of blew my mind. So that's when I realized I fully wanted to be a producer, music producer.
Yes.
And not just think.
So with 2018 the Commonwealth Games?
Yes.
Yes. So
yeah, you was there. I remember you was there at the time. We were singing behind Archie Roach. We was the choir behind Archie Roach.
Archie Roach, so you did the
Archie Roach
closing.
was the ending. Yeah,
Closing,
the closing,
yeah. So I did the opening of that. That's dope, man.
Yeah, so the closing ceremony behind Archie Roach and all of them, yeah.
That was an experience. We opened up the whole show, first cab up the rank, and that was incredible to perform with Christinano, William Barton, but just that experience. So there you see, man, music taking you from just doing that all the way up into a main stage like that, supporting the legendary Uncle Archie Roach.
Yeah, I pretty much flew down straight from the islands. They flew me down for my audition at ACPA from York Islander, and I went back. Then I pretty much straight from the islands to the big city in Brisbane, and that's when I really started getting into producing.
Too good. And the interesting thing, just want to go back to where Psycho, where you were talking about, that movement of being able to inspire the next generation to be something different other than a life of crime. I mean, that's the life we all live. Like I swear, hip hop saved my life, man. Like there was a point in time where this shit it made me end up getting incarcerated, and because of the lines that we walked around, there was that choice. That moment was like, nah, I gotta do something different. Because this is not going to end well. And the music came and that changed everything. It was like, okay, if we're going to put this energy, we'll put 100% into this craft. And so hopefully the young fellas, who's out there, the 3Ms or anywhere in any remote community who feel that there is no hope, trust me, there is. All you have to do is just look at these guys right here now, and you can see that it's possible. Since I can get you to even introduce yourself as a part of, you're shy? Okay, we won't go there then.
She's still a fresh face, and
she's
getting used to it.
It's okay. It's all family. It's all love in here.
Yeah.
So 870 Culture Code. Tell us about the idea behind this branding, this name, and how it came to fruition.
So originally, as many people know, we were originally branded as Balaclava Gang Records, but given that that was cool back in the day, back not being, I'm not gonna say afraid of doing crime, but not being wise enough to know that it's wrong.
Yes.
And that was cool back then. Like we started as a rap crew, me, Chippy, and a couple other boys at Sherberg Way, and that was dope back then. But I wanted to send a bigger message, and because I don't want my son growing up around crime. I want him growing up around culture, because he's 3 right now, and he's learning Yidinji language, and that's amazing to me. So the premises behind 870 Culture was 870 being the place that we live, the 4870, beautiful far north, and culture being the one thing that all of us embrace. Like even Stray being non-indigenous, he still takes on our culture, and that's amazing. That's amazing to see, someone outside wanting to take that in, and seeing that is really what inspired me to bring the name 870 Culture, because if I can inspire a non-indigenous artist to want to embrace the culture, how many more can I inspire?
Yeah.
Like young homie down south, MC Nazar, when he was up, he was embracing the culture, and that to me is a humbling experience, because that's not formally their culture, but they want to feel the power from that.
Yeah.
Like I feel a strong connection to this land, this people. When I travel interstate or down south, I don't feel that connection with the land anymore.
Yes.
And that's what I want people to feel, because I feel today there isn't enough of that going on.
That's true. Dope. That's really good. And so embracing the culture, I see you guys are repping some merch and stuff. Like, is this a part of the culture?
This is our lineup, and it's amazing. We just got the Minjul shop to stock our stuff, so they're going to be our official plug.
Yeah.
We're selling online at the moment, but the design's done by yours truly.
Fantastic.
It's our first official merch too, so it's for sale. People can, they look up Psycho TI on Facebook.
On Facebook,
Yeah, on Facebook, we're going to bring one in for you today, but we just weren't organized enough. We're like running around last minute.
And we all operate at the same place. And I got to say, shout out to Boombaja for, allowing us to have Powerverse here, and also, just housing us here. Because Brother Minjul, Carly Minjul's in here, OBHI is in here, we got all the other creative artists, so the Powerverse is in here, so it's just a great energy. But this is great. This is entrepreneurship. Now we're going to go into the idea of starting a company for you. Why was that the way that you see you had to go?
Well, I figured I've spent around 7 years building A culture to what it is now. And I always wanted to take this on as a profession. And the problem, like I saw with taking on music as a profession, is organizing record deals to sign to labels and all that. You're basically selling your life away. So I thought I could handle this independent, or I could turn this into a business. And that's exactly what we've done. Like, we don't just want to be, one of the biggest indigenous record labels in Australia, but we want to be that sort of entity worldwide.
Yeah.
And, to share our stories and our culture with the world, not just through music, but to have like America and, I got a big following in Russia.
Yep.
To have them wearing this, that would be humbling.
Yes.
To spread that message worldwide.
That's dope, man. That's dope. And as a record label, so you tell us a bit about the record label. What is the aspirations for the label? You said to reach a global market, but are you bringing on new artists, developing that, or you just producing in-house with the team currently?
Definitely. Like, we're definitely always scouting for new artists. We have an artist down in New South Wales. He goes by King Ascension. He just won the Get Your Bars Out comp hosted by Oz Rap HQ. And that, seeing one of my artists smashing that out, that was, I was on the phone to him last night telling him how proud of him I was. So that's absolutely deadly. Shout out King Ascension.
Shout out King Ascension.
Yo. But yeah, the record label, business aspirations is that I especially want to build the boys up to, be the powerful entity that I know they can be. And seeing their loyalty, like we've had other people trying to coax them into other labels, other venues, stuff like that. And I love these boys right here. These are my brothers.
Love you too,
they've proven their loyalty. So the journey for us is we want to be the big business tower that everybody sees.
Yes,
that's what we want. We want our name to be as recognizable as yours, my brother. Like, everyone knows Mau Power.
Thank you.
Yo.
No, that's dope, man. And coming from Far North Queensland, man, like, from TI, that's the reason why we started OBHI as well. Simple, same passion, same vision. I knew at the time as an independent artist, people were messing with remote community artists. It was deemed too risky. So I thought, okay, the best way to get into this game is create a company, and we did that. I started out as a record label. Now it's a production company. So we focus heavily on doing this stuff like this: film production, audio production, events, and now we've diversified into other areas, which you guys are doing now with merch lines and stuff as well. And that I think is where I believe, for me personally, the future is with the entrepreneurship mindset, especially for community, because we've been entrepreneurs since before time. Like, my first business was when I was 14 years old, or 11 years old. I was in the crayfishing industry. So that kind of bred this whole movement, and now you hear us stamping that in Queensland. We need more of it. It's just we don't see enough examples of it, and you guys are an example right now. Here in 2021, in the midst of COVID-19, the pandemic impacts. This is where you give birth to a new movement. You know what I mean? So
we're much sicker than the virus.
That's an understatement.
That's right, COVID. We calling you out.
Creatively, together, because Bro Psycho, he does videos and all that, graphic design. We're full on music production. We're pretty much set to create our own things. We don't need to ask outside help. Because we can pretty much handle that stuff on our own. And
that's
just creating the content pretty much.
One-stop shop in-house production. That's what you want to keep it.
Exactly. With that being said too, what we want to do is not just be the only people that do this stuff as well. We want to create platforms and sort of prove that
jobs for people.
To prove that this isn't just a dream to people. Like, you can physically manifest this. You can make this a reality. You can turn this into an actual job. Obviously you got to have a good circle around you. You got to have people you can trust, because this is a very sensitive business, But with that aside too, even independent artists can go by themselves if they know where they're going, if they know what they want to do, where one foot is going before the other.
Yes.
And I actually learned that from Tip.
870, since we have all these services to offer, I guess we can really help someone here in Cairns, like if they wanted to like get into music creating, or we can record them and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or like make a video for them and stuff, like give them information and copyright and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
I
so we can
operate.
really help them and give them, pass on the knowledge that we have, you know, to the young generation or
Link 'em
whoever
up.
wants to get into the game. Pretty
Yo,
much, like,
and that's it.
we're
Like
trying to set ourselves
that's
up.
why I operate visuals by Psycho. Like anyone that needs producing videos or anything like that, it's either you got 3 ballers here that are pretty trained in that field. Like Stray, he's a really good videographer. He gets the dopest angles. Me,
I do my best.
I'm the psycho of all trades. I do a bit of this,
Yeah.
that. We got Hayes. He's learning videography, and he's really good at it. Editing, producing. Like, we got the dream team right here.
Fantastic, but that's dope. And I went to Minjo's performance the other night, and the visuals on that, the actual production, that
Yo.
was you guys, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
awesome.
that was me.
That
That
was
was
yeah,
me. Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope, man. Yeah, really, and that theater show was
Yo.
something special, man.
I gotta give a shout out to Carly and Jute for letting me and Hayes be a part of that.
Yeah.
Yo.
That was a remarkable experience. It was very emotional. I've never experienced something like that before.
It
That was
a good
cool.
show.
Yeah.
On the
Emotional
low,
show, real emotional.
on the low, I'm gonna say it was kind of weird seeing my ballers as blooming.
It was hard to wrap my head
I
around.
didn't realize that when you guys like you, because all I was focused on was what Achirito was doing, and when taking the bit, because that was a shock
Yeah.
in the whole show. If anybody who's never seen this production by Minjo, you have
Oh
to
my
watch
God.
it.
Yo.
And that moment, I knew everybody in the room started crying.
Yo, I was up in the back there, like at the projector room.
Yeah.
Bro, I had tears running
Yeah,
down.
man.
Yo.
I felt so bad. We felt
Yeah,
so bad. We
so-
were like, oh, we took the kid.
I like high-fived the kid after. I was like, good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Really good. Yes.
I did a theater production show in here. Achirita was actually the director and choreographer of that, and we had Guru there when he was a little baby.
Yo.
So he was on stage. At his first show was my first show, so it was,
Yo.
it was dope. But seeing him, if you grow up around creative arts, I mean, it comes from the bloodline, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a powerful moment, and I think the way it was done. I give context to listeners out there. So in this show, he has this particular scene that emulates the part where we talk about the stolen generation and taking our children away. And after being on this journey within that show of embracing culture and being immersed in it, that part was so jolting and happened so quick that you felt the disconnect of how it really cut culture short, and that was what people were feeling. And it's like, non-indigenous were sitting there crying.
The problem with that is that, with the stolen generation, that's still happening today.
Of course.
Many indigenous families are having their kids torn away from them. And just the thought of that is what kept the tears rolling down during the performance. That was a very powerful thing.
Yes. And while we're on this topic, let's stick here because we don't get to talk about it much. My experiences coming into this game at being one of the first Torres Strait rappers to come out, and an indigenous from a remote community into the mainstream circle, automatically there was this assumption and this more likely how you say it, this automatically an expectation that you had to speak on behalf of a people, like politics was just a part of it, and you're supposed to speak for a generation. And that to me at a young age was like, nah, I just want to do music. But then it became a part of the role that he had to do, and it was something that was forced on. Have you guys had experiences about that?
I think Stray definitely was expected to, rap a certain way. Being, and especially being the only non-indigenous artist, it's been hard for him, but I think he's exceeded those expectations, because now he's basically part of the mob now.
Yes.
With me, I think it was hard to fit in. I mean, I'm very light skinned.
Yeah.
So it was hard to fit in with my Murrays, and then, well, man, I basically got paid from the white side, but it's all love. It's all love at the end of the day, and the expectations that people had for us, I think we've uppercutted that bar and raised it so high that they can't reach it now.
Yeah.
Politics is something that I was always told, oh, you should rap about this, you should rap about that. And I think my brothers, I think you can both relate.
Yeah.
And for me, I had to experience the full power of the culture to embrace that. Because now, you know, I've got a lot of work material, a lot of work songs where, you know, 5 years ago, you know, it was all, you know, that gangster craft.
Yeah.
Yo.
Back in the day.
That's
Yeah,
it.
but it came from real life experience, right? And
Exactly.
so the ideology of what this terminology gangster rap, that was imprinted, as we know, by the U.S. government,
Yeah.
especially when the FBI was coming after and CIA was coming after the culture,
Yeah,
and that's the reason. This was post Black Panther movement. That's how hip hop started. Now, it's reality rap. That's what it is.
What they don't understand is what rap is it's R.I.P. rhythm and poetry.
Exactly.
That's what rap is, and you know, you try to say, oh, it's gangster rhythm and poetry. It just doesn't have that same ring to it.
Yeah.
You know.
Just even telling people I do music, and they're like, "Oh, you rap," and I'm like, "Yeah, I do." You know, it's rude to assume, but
It's a
like,
part of it.
I'm a songwriter. I'm a lyricist, man. You can just call me a lyricist.
Yeah.
Same thing, because I don't just write rap songs. I write songs in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know how you felt there, like how people was expecting me to like just really rap my people and that. And yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But it's like they want like, you know, fully like being a culture person, like
Yeah.
on there. And I'm not saying that's bad or anything, but like I said, like you said there, I just wanted to make music, you know. I just wanted to get
Exactly.
in the hip hop game. Why do I have to be like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why do they expect me to like just, you know? It's like, yeah, I'll do that, you know. But it's like the content I'm trying to create, you know, like.
It's feel good stuff, and like you wouldn't ask any other person outside of any other culture to do that, and it's freedom of expression. It's us coming into a creative space, like I just want to do this, you know, and explore. But there is also that expectation in the community, and the way I've managed to do address that is simply is I'm going to create what I'm going to create. You can either love it or hate it. That's it. What you get is what you get.
That's it.
And you know the stuff with the where you're talking about woke music and like that.
Yo.
You know, that I think is just for people to be able to understand where you're coming from. It's truly just music from your heart, right? Because this is who you are as you go on and experience life. And the idea of putting things with rap, when you know people say, "Are you a rapper?" I've learned a long time, like, look, music is music to me.
Yeah.
No matter what the genre is, the music is the language of emotions, and that touches the heart and the soul.
Yeah.
Categories that people put, reggae, blues, jazz, heavy metal, punk, I listen to it all. It's only, so I think the general masses can understand or categorize for them to be able to accept what it is. But I don't focus it on that level, you know. And what do you guys think about that music is in general?
I think I'll hand straight this one.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
He's better at answering these sort of
I
questions than I am.
actually really want to answer this one. I actually wanted to answer this one.
Just music in general.
Music to me, this might go over some people's heads, but if you really think about this, this is really good. Music is an extension of our soul. Like it is what our soul sounds like. You know, so when we utilize music to feel better or to heal somebody, that's just like our energy, our spirit inside of us, trying to reach out to other wounded spirits and other wounded souls to try to help them out in whatever it is. And because our souls don't speak an actual language, they can't just communicate what it is. They have to feel it through the music, and that's what music is. Music is medicine, music is life, music is love, music is hate, music is everything. It is a big, massive part of what makes us human.
Exactly.
Like, we literally take a piece of our soul and manifest that into sound and
Yes.
music and words. You know, like bang, it's there. We created that. You know?
Yeah.
And then to have other people enjoy your music and just sing your lyrics that you wrote in your bedroom or something, like word for word, and you're like, wow, I wrote that. You know, like, that's just
absolutely.
the feeling. Like, thing.
Yo, as Baker Boy said, music is the medicine. Like music is the medicine.
Yeah.
That's what heals all. And that's exactly why I got you to answer that one, because I knew what your answer was going to
Yeah,
be.
man, I was keen.
I wasn't gonna try to quote you. I was trying to think of like what were we talking about the other day? I was like, no, Stray can definitely answer this one.
Because that's what I tell people. Even like if I'm at a party or something with anybody, that's what I tell them what music is to me. Like the way that I see it, the way that I feel it. That's why it's so important to me. It's just significant. We need it.
Yes.
You couldn't imagine life without it. It'd be so dull. I imagine. What a
Yeah.
brain.
Man.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Take music is soundtrack to life. Take away music, it'll be a boring world to be living
Absolutely.
in.
Yo, you'd be sleeping a lot more than usual, and that's a lot already.
Now, I've always, take it back to when I was younger coming up, there was a point in time where I was trying to write music to be able to get people's attention, or write it as either in a certain lane or write it for a certain particular style at that time. And it got so clouded for me at that time that it kind of like really didn't make me want to write until I gave that up. And now what I do is I just say, when people ask me the question, so when you write music, who you write it for? I'm like, I write it for myself.
Yeah.
And I put it out and it'll do what it's supposed to do. And that's what it is. So I want to get your guys' experience on that.
If I don't like it, I'm not going to release it.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's that simple.
Exactly. Like when I record a new track, or I'm making a new track, you know, and then I'm finished with it, I'm like, you know, like I've really vibed to my own stuff, and that's when I know, like, well, I'm not saying I got good taste in music, but if I like it, you know, like I know, like my cousins is gonna like it, or you know, like then I show my cousin, then they love it, you know, like. But yeah, if I'm not my own fan, then like, you know, why am I creating that?
That's it. Like every project I do, I'll give that song to people who like different genres of music. Like, I got a bro who likes punk, I got brothers who like rap, I got brothers who like R&B, reggae, everything like that. I will send it to all of them, and if I get a general good reaction from it, then I'll put that on my album or as a single. Like, that's basically
That's
the way
smart.
I do it. Yeah.
That's smart thinking.
Nice. And how about yourself?
I actually got a little lost in what you were saying. And I forgot what the question was again.
No, the question, I think you answered it. You say if you're not 100% in love with it.
Oh
you'll
yeah,
release it.
yeah. My bad. Yeah, if I'm not vibing with it, then I'm just not going to release it. Like, because at the end of the day, if I'm going to be up there performing the song, I got to feel it. I got to want to be up there. I got to want to perform that song.
You want them to hear
yeah,
it. Like,
because
you want
otherwise it'll only be like barely 50% of what I can actually do.
Yeah.
And it's always go hard or go home. When I'm on stage, it's all or nothing.
And it's interesting. We had the conversation. I think it was last week, right? We should have filmed that. That would have been a great.
Yeah.
But that was it was a great. We did for a couple of hours, but that was a great yarn.
Yo.
Yeah, it was good.
But something came up there about you being focused on lyrics, your lyricism, and you tell us a bit about that. What is it about that craft?
Well, to start that off, first I'd have to say that my lyricism is inspired by Futuristic, which is an American artist. Yes, I know, but I have inspirations here too. But specifically for lyrics and flow content, I looked at Futuristic, and he just blew me away. So I'm always thinking about like, how can I change the way the flow sounds each time? So every song, my goal is to change the way it sounds. So no song should ever sound the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's my goal in the end. I mean, when you start pushing a bunch of content out, eventually it's probably going to dilute itself. But I don't know yet. I haven't got that far. So I'm just,
So
you know.
I guess in my soul, because I love lyrics when I listen to music. Like I'm a Nas head, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a Kendrick head. Like, you know, I'm these people who are able to take the power of words and put them into formats, and ways where you can, when you close your eyes, you can actually visualize.
Yeah.
But it's so slick. Like, I mean, you listen to Wu-Tang, man. That was ill, man. Triumph was ill back in the day when it came out.
Yeah.
36 Chambers was ill when it came out. Now, for that type of when I talk about lyricism, for you, what is it? Is it the syntax, the flow, metaphor, structure, all of that?
All of it.
All of
It'd
it.
be everything, because I'm trying to diversify myself. Like,
Yeah.
so as a white rapper, there is a lot of like.
Wait, you're white? No, I'm kidding. I didn't realize that. No, I was kidding.
I'm not. No, yeah. No, so as a artist, no, that put me off.
Yeah, no, all right, cool. Look, yeah, okay.
No, but so people always compare me to Eminem straight away. Like they just see the white skin that I'm rapping. Oh, you're trying to be like Eminem. It's like I get that it's supposed to be a compliment, but sometimes it seems like they're putting me in someone's shadow that is just a ridiculous shadow to live under. Because there's no way anybody in my position could live up to that expectation. How many people has that dude ended careers on? He'd end mine without even knowing who I am. Like, no. So I try to tell people, and I use my flow a lot to utilize this, because if I start going a certain way, then it would be hard for me to deny people that.
Yeah.
So I take elements from Eminem, I take elements from Royce, I take elements from NWA, I take elements from as many artists as I possibly can, so that way I can keep myself unique, fresh, and most importantly, I don't want to keep basic, like one syllable stuff. I'm always trying to
Yeah.
build it off. So, like 2. So far, my max is only like 4 syllables.
Really?
Yeah.
4 syllable
I thought it was
rhymes.
more than that.
Like big words.
Spit something so we can understand. Because
I know.
the people out there is not gonna understand what we're talking about unless you just give us 4 or 8 bars. That's like, you know.
Okay, so so I got a new one coming out. It's called The Joker Is Back. This is just a little bit of it. So, dedication, no limitation. I'm animated, devastated by everybody who ever hated. I'm so fly when I rhyme, up and levitated, never staying behind. Why? Because I'm innovative in a nation filled with decorators, slave enablers, haters playing the game the same way as an alligator. They stalk before they snatch a pack of wild crocodiles, hunting a snack, hunting in packs, always eating 'cause my hunger it stacks. I got the skills that a bunch of them lack. Hey.
There you go. You see the vibe of the flow. So man,
I don't think that was any 4-syllable ones in there though, but that was a new one. I thought I'd give it a little.
that's dope, man. That's dope. Now we were like you were saying, listening to people like Royce the 5'9", Detroit man. Like you guys, like it's like you got a track with Royce on it. Yeah, man.
We
both got a
both do.
track
Yeah,
with Royce
I got us both. Shout outs to Anno Domini for hooking that up.
Yeah, man, he linked this whole thing up.
Yeah, but like Adrian over in America there made that happen, and that was legend. Where did Jason X for producing the beat and featuring?
Yeah.
Like we absolutely killed that, man.
Man,
And to be on a track with a goat like that.
Yeah, man.
I never seen that coming. Like I never would have. Like in a million years, you could have asked me if I ever seen that happening.
And with that verse, that was one of my fastest verses. Like, because I'm a fast rapper, as everyone knows.
Yes.
That was one of my fastest verses, and that was not many people know. It was that one was a freestyle.
Yeah. Was a freestyle.
Yo, he was there when I recorded that.
Usually,
so that fast part is my warm up.
Yeah.
Yo.
Wow.
Usually
Wow.
he'll just like rap to the microphone and just like do segments sometimes. Like he's got so many different ways that he records. It's just hard to keep up. I just keep to my
I will put the link in the description to that track, man.
That's an amazing track, that one.
Yeah, so
it's called Why Your Neck Hurt.
Why your neck
when I
hurt.
get out to the
That's
part where
a
it's
break
venom and I get up in a rhythm when I hit him with a venom in the middle of the center when they know him. I kill him, got shots to the liver in the middle of the window when they know him. I kill him in the middle of Brizzy. Yo, something like that. It was speedy.
Okay.
That's slow for me, man.
I'm getting a short breath over here. Listen
Yo,
to
I double timed that. I double timed that on a track. Did like double the speed of that on a track that I recorded with that 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, that's that.
Couple
you
days ago,
double the
yo.
speed of that track?
Yeah, double or triple. Like, what I do is I lose myself in the music, and just I hone into the beat. Like, people they'll hear like and then that's it. To me, I hear the hats and everything. Like, and so it's like I gotta hit like 3 words on every single hi hat.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
Yo.
that's dope, man. That's getting very technical now.
Yeah.
That's lyricism.
Yo.
When you actually sit there and hone into the craft and being able to, okay, let me see how much I can fit in this between the kick, snare, and all these hi hats in between that segment. It's like,
Exactly. And another secret to fast rapping is letters. Stick to the same letter. Like you know, you could have some wild verse with different letters, and it won't sound as fast as if you like sound bring that back, blah, rap it, the boom bap. Like, that was slow, but it sounded fast because you're repeating the same letter.
yes.
And, that's a trick that I learned from Tech 9.
Tech 9.
He's like a pinball machine. If you see me when I was up on stage at night and we're doing Why Your Neck Hurt, I follow the rhythm like a snake.
Yep.
I call it like a snake, but with him it's like a pinball machine.
Yeah.
And that's how I keep my fluency when I rap.
That's dope, man. There you go. It's dropping knowledge, man.
Yo.
This is interesting. I was talking to some another brother this morning. He was talking about different craft of writing. He's bringing together all these different creatives from different disciplines to talk about their mental state of writing, or how do they write, how do they approach writing, and just with that, like that's the craft. We're writers, man. We're innovators and teachers of taking this language called English or spoken word, and seeing what we can do with it. That's an art. That's an art, man.
That's it. Like to feel how far we've come, you know, just from our craft. Like I'm celebrating. And it might seem like something so small, but I just got my blue tick on Facebook, so I'm cheering on that.
Yeah, blue tick on Facebook.
Yeah, the verification, like celebrities have and stuff like that.
That's where your Facebook thing gets verified as the official artist.
But you have to have 10,000 followers. And
okay.
Yeah.
To have that blue tick.
Then you
You
got
gotta show me this blue tick.
Yo, definitely. But yeah, I'll celebrating that And
That's not hang on, wait. That's not a small thing. That's not small. Right? That's actually an achievement.
Yeah,
To be able to say that you can cut through this social media, world and be able to get people who are core followers, man. So congratulations, man. We're celebrating that.
Yeah, that's a verification.
I'll celebrate once I got my brothers here. Once I get them both blue ticks. Once they're there, then it's time to celebrate. For now, it's
Follow
grind
us,
time
peeps.
every day.
Yeah. So
Make sure you follow the guys, man.
the plan for me is like I want to get my stuff at least released like sometime next week or the weekend. So I have some stuff on YouTube and stuff.
Yep.
But I have never uploaded anything, But like with bros help, like being in this team, like I'm positive, like I'm getting stuff out. Like I'm just working on my content and all that, getting the videography and stuff. So yeah. I'm keen, got some feature tracks with them.
And
so
I can tell you right
get
now.
stuff on YouTube,
Yeah, I can tell you right now, he's got some really, really awesome stuff in the works.
There's some G stuff dropping.
Been waiting to drop something, like
gives me
years,
goosebumps when I listen.
Too good. It's always the process. I remember going through the first album, the studio album that we did. It took me 2 years, and I was very impatient with it. But I'm glad that that's happened because that's where Freedom came out. Island Home, all those songs. It was just being that patient and finding that groove. But mind you, before that, I've recorded many songs before that.
Yo, my first studio album took 10 years.
10 years.
10 years, yo.
But it's there. We did it it's
Exactly.
dropped. So any new projects in the mix, right? You just mentioned you got new stuff coming out. So what's coming up? What's next? First of all, what's out now? And then what's coming up?
Should we just say like individually or like?
I've got Memoirs Part 1,
Yep.
which is focused strongly on indigenous power, like, take this land back. And I speak on issues like drug abuse and mental health and everything like that. Haiz, we've got, I'm pressing him to try and get an LP out, but he wants to do an EP, which I respect the bala.
For now, because I haven't really uploaded anything.
Yeah.
So just the EP for now, then get onto the bigger and better stuff.
Then we're gonna have an album coming out.
Yeah. The ones where we need like investment in, like
Yeah.
the EP, it's not gonna cost much because I make my own beats, record myself and all that, or if I get bro to record me and stuff.
Yo.
But yeah, that was the plan for my EP. But I'm just working on some singles at the moment, trying to get some videos done.
Yo.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting into videography myself. I got my little camera, but so I'm either doing video with him or me, or there's this other bro that I know, CJFND. I'm currently working on a song with him. It's called Cross. But yeah, he does videography too and clothing and all that. So I'm just really networking with different people in Cairns.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm keen to work with, like, once we start working, like, I'm keen to work with people outside as well, like features and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And then we
But
got
yeah, that'll come down the track sometime.
we got L.A Stray's got Stray's got several tracks out.
It's
several.
just a couple of like singles really. There's like Check Your Lane. That was a fun one actually. Check Your Lane. We went out
so
to
we
the
got
Gordonville
a
paintball.
blockbuster sort of stuff.
It's pretty much a movie. Like,
Yeah, so
Okay.
I organized that one in a week. I hit him up, the owner of Southside Paintball,
Yep.
and he liked what I do. I was prepared to drop $1,000 to rent it out.
Yes.
No, he did it out of love because he liked what we do.
Yeah.
And,
Dope.
so he did that out of love, and then we had Grayson come through with a heap of paintball guns.
We got to shout out our mates Grayson Hode, Wookie, Sean
Yeah.
Whittington. Wookie came through. It was awesome. Antonia Lane for coming through.
Yeah, it was a good music video. That was deadly, and that was like that was a video that showed everybody like they ain't playing no more.
Yeah.
We just released a blockbuster music video with a 7-foot military juggernaut throwing him around. Like,
Yeah, that was so
Yo,
much fun. He proper picked me up and threw me into the tires. Like that was so much fun.
but yeah, individually we're all working on albums and EPs at the moment.
Yep.
I've got Memoirs Part 2 dropping, and Stray's got.
I got my EP C3, which is actually behind schedule, but we had a lot of stuff happen, so I had to push it back. It wasn't by choice, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad too. There's a lot that I kind of wanted to touch up and finish. But apart from that, I'm also planning to do a massive drop somewhere in the middle of this year. So it'd probably be like another EP and an album at the same time. So just like big content in just one big drop.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it takes a lot of time, so it's kept me a bit quiet for a minute. But
Yep.
it'll be a big talk when there's so much there. It's like no matter where they go, they're just going to see my name, and then they're going to see the 870 logo.
I can't wait when I have like heaps of stuff online. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't got there yet, but yeah,
Getting there.
It's coming.
Yo.
That's why next week I'm planning, because this week I'm just planning on just recording, getting stuff done, shooting some videos and stuff. And next week is the week I want to really like just get it out there, you know, to the digital distributors, getting the videos on YouTube, like all that, getting on Triple J on it. There's just so much stuff I want to push my music through.
Yes.
And yeah, I just need to really create the right kind of context. And yeah, we're all pretty much doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm keen. Like we're all just gonna be collectively pushing each other pretty much.
3 times the 870 is going to be dropping this year.
Yo.
And then there's also Katie, which no one's heard from, but she's very shy, so don't judge her. She's awesome.
So Katie, aside from being a protege rapper, is my gama, and she's deadly. She's deadly.
So for those out there who don't know what gumma is, it's the better half.
Yes.
So we'll make it clear, okay?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, she's the psycho prodigy. She goes by DCNM, and yeah, expect some greatness happening.
Absolutely. When you drop some stuff, we'd love to have you come in and have a chat with us.
Absolutely.
But yeah, okay. Now I'm a big lover of performances. You know, we create the music, we live in the studio, but there's something about going out there and being able to jump on the stage. And as you know, when we did with the launch, that just went off because that's the space, that's the place where we live in. So first, I'll ask a couple of questions around this. For performances for you guys, what is it that you look for, try to bring and everything within your performances? What's the process? How you go through it?
With me, I'm an introvert. I stay inside. I'm quiet now. Like I used to run amok. Now I'm just like quiet as hell. I try to be loud and move around, everything like that. But I get up there, you know, I'm just like yo. But you know, he gets around dances on stage. Like if you caught that 870 culture when we're doing the cypher, he decided to start twerking.
I let you guys read that up.
Yo,
I didn't want it brought up.
Yo, that's 870 where the interview is the blooper reel. But
I love performing it.
yo,
Yes.
I want to be. It's crazy. Like I'm the quote unquote leader of these boys, but you know, there's a lot I can learn from them. Like I want to learn their stage presence, because Bala, he gets up there and he's like full professional. Stray get up there and he's just having fun doing what he does, and
I enjoy it.
me, I got this business mindset all the time, like, cause I'm a businessman, and shout out to my brother Carl, like, you know, he keeps me on that business motive, and yeah, but the problem is when I get on stage, it's hard to break that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's time to have fun, like, cause I don't do drugs, I barely drink, like, you know, so to get in that party mode now, it's like, oh man, that's a mission.
Actually, can't remember the last time you had a drink. It's been a good
Me
while.
neither.
In the younger days, like when we performed OPHI as a group, man, we used to storm the stage when you're like, you know, 6-8 ballers on stage, microphones and drinks and everything flowing. And there was one point where I found that experience became numb to me. To a point where I couldn't feel the energy of what was happening at the time because I was too inebriated or I was too in my party mode. And then I made a rule. So after I dropped the song "My Blood, My People," that when I go on stage, anybody that comes on stage with me has to be sober, because the energy needs to be the spirit of what's happening at that time.
That's the same with me.
Yeah, so I understand where you come from when you say that it's hard to get in. But so I developed this thing called I call it my transition into it. So I go through a whole process. It takes 5 minutes where I transfer from Patrick James to Mau Power, and in that moment you will see that a different energy clicks. Where I know I'm about to take over the stage, and it came from actually one an old performer. He said to me one time, he was like, we were talking about, I don't know, he was in a group of artists at the time, and they were talking about the energy of people being nervous because people are trying to come on stage. Now, I've never been nervous when I go on stage. It's something that I love doing. But he said that there was this point where you understand that there's this energy, that thing that you call nervousness, it's just energy. And whatever you put to that energy will come out on stage. So you can transform that energy, what you call nervousness, into empowerment or whatever it is you want to put in it. And it never left me. I'm like, okay, so then I started my transition. I go through that transformation, and when I step on stage, I know that's the world that I used to always say, I'm up here for 3 minutes at a time, and in that 3 minutes you are living in my world.
Yeah, I I like that. That's good.
Yo, that's good, man.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
Like when I'm up on stage, it feels like home. So when
It's-
I'm doing
yeah.
that, it's like everyone's a guest in my house. You know, I'm just make them feel good, make them feel comfortable, feed them, whatever. That's
Like you never see me like serious on stage. I'm always smiling because I'm actually enjoying myself. Like I'm actually up here doing what I love, and everyone's enjoying my stuff. So it's like, you know, there's never like a dull moment. I'm never like freaking out on stage or anything. I'm like, you know, I'm real chill. 'Cause I'm just
And
in
yeah.
my,
I feel a lot
kinda have a chat
better.
kind
I
of
feel a
thing.
lot better when we've got an actual DJ. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to my brother Vix, like
Yes.
DJ Vix, Vix Assist.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, like
It does make a difference.
it
doesn't
makes a huge difference, like because we've performed for artists before, and you know it didn't feel like that stage was home, you know.
Yeah.
As soon as you know I had my flag up, I put my flag up. That was a last minute idea, but I knew that as soon as I see my flag, I'll feel my people's presence with me,
Yes.
past and present, and that motivated me to be stronger. And so that's why we had the flags up that night. You know, it's
for the 870 launch.
exactly.
Because
Yeah.
we was doing openers for like Xander Digital and all them.
Yep.
And for Xander Digital, they got me to be the DJ, and I didn't know how to operate surround.
Yeah.
So I was just sitting there playing songs through iTunes the
Yeah.
whole night, and I was like, I'm not even supposed to be doing
Yo.
this. But we just didn't have a DJ for that night.
Yeah.
That's why after that the week later was the 870 launch, and we got that DJ in
And
for
that
that
was-
one.
yeah,
and it was,
mission.
I was like, thank you. Like, you know.
Yo, that was a mission to organize that event too, because like
Yeah.
basically I had a week to organize it. Like we had prep time and everything like that, but because I've never hosted an event like that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm new to the live performing side of things. Like,
Yep.
done a couple of live shows, but nothing where it's me and my brand and my brothers. You know, but setting that up, you know, for the stress that went into that, like Hayes was hella stressed, I was hella stressed, Stray was hella stressed, and he was excited but
I was
stressed.
alright.
Yo,
I wasn't like them.
I thought it was gonna flop that night. I thought that night was gonna flop, and then to see everyone just like we hit max cap 7 times to the night, and you know people had to stay outside, so they didn't have to pay to come in.
Yeah.
But they wanted to pay to watch
Yeah,
from
that's
outside,
crazy.
and that was to me that was a humbling experience, man.
Yeah.
And then you know having you there to observe, and then feeling inspired and jumping up, you know that meant the world.
That
Like
was the cherry on the
yo.
That was
You know, but just to hear, you know, that you were inspired by the stuff that we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, for us, you know, it's like we went from taking baby steps to moon jumps. It's like, yo, this
Yeah.
is it right here.
That's
now we're
it.
feeling now
Now
powerful.
that, yo, that worry is lit. That worry is lit. You know.
Yeah.
Ah man, no, but that's good though. So it only gets bigger and better from here, man. So what's up? What's coming up next with performances? What any plans? Anything in the pipeline?
Well, I'm organizing a release event for L.A Haiz. I'm thinking we put it around the premise of the Blackout movement. Have you as the first Blackout show. So we've got this movement we're doing. It's called the Blackout movement.
Yep.
Because you know 870 is for our people.
Yes.
You know, so we've got the Blackout movement. I want to put Hayes as the first headliner for that, and then either me or Stray. You know, and we've got artists, an array of deadly artists. Like once COVID stops playing games with us, I'll
Yes.
fly my Bala King Ascension up. You know, he is a machine. He's a fire spitter.
Oh,
Then we
yeah.
got Bala Boza
Yep.
down Cardwell. Man, I got so much love for that Murray, man. He is my brother through and through. Absolutely wrecked it that night.
Oh, yeah.
Like we've got an array of deadly artists. You know, we just waiting for that venue.
We're available
Yes.
for private events too.
Yo,
Yeah,
we
put that out there, man. Yeah.
Eventually, we're gonna be working with more Cairns artists, I guess, like, cause mainly we're trying to get some Cairns.
Yes.
You know, the Cairns talent out.
Yeah.
out to
Yo,
the world.
'cause I got a
Trying to
lot
put
of love,
Cairns on the
man.
map. You know, CNS, that's what it's all about. You know, like, and the talent here in Cairns is just like there's no other. You know, and I've been around. You know, and I hear other people rap down there in Townsville and all that, and I'm like. You know, I know rappers in Cairns, and they're Murray Street there, you know, like, and
Yeah.
they can spit, you know,
Yo.
it's like, yo.
Cause I've seen a lot of like on the streets and that, a lot of underutilized skill. Like
Yeah.
This
You
talent
know,
is going to waste. Like, that's how
yo.
I was staying in Kansas. I didn't know what to do. Like, I was just making music, and I was like, okay, what's next? What am
yo, and then you got the
know,
you got the
I don't
more
know.
recognized artists as well. Like, you know, I'd kill to work alongside like you know R.E.B.
Yeah.
or Marsh Mini, Water Street. Like,
Yeah.
you know, them mobs they deadly.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and to see Cairns making moves like that
Yeah,
is amazing. You know, that pushes me harder. That pushes me harder to make our brand strong.
Yes.
Makes me
You know.
feel proud of Cairns more than I
Give
used to
away,
be.
yo. Give
Yeah.
away.
Small
Gives
world,
me
like,
yeah.
first mini DJ that like seeing him do his thing is like making me wants to like pursue music more, you know, because he's got the clout and everything right now, you know, like yeah, like Lil Mace and them, like Lil Mace, Marshall P, R&B, like those are the boys I'm kind of like
Mad love
you
to
know,
the
trying
ball of
to
Lil
get that
Mace.
clout kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yo, I got that. I still got to finish off that track with Lil Mace, but Lil Mace is a brother, man. He is a good G. I got a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
That brother is solid, man. Yeah. Nah, too good. And with the so you were mentioning venue. What would you talking about venue? Like
Yo, so I want to organize like I'm thinking Elixir again, because Elixir, I ain't gonna lie, it's one of my favorite venues in Cairns. Like
yes.
it's cozy, you know, like warming staff, everything like that.
And
But
friendly.
And we wanna first
to be
name
honest,
basis,
I wanna perform at Republic.
Yeah.
Republic.
I want to
yeah.
take Republic, man. I want to take
Gilligan's.
Republic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Gilligan's, we've had the opportunity to perform at that
Yeah, with
before, and that was
Riley.
good.
Yeah.
That was good, but you know, I had to see Republic, man, and it's
Yeah.
like it's screaming psycho, come with me, you know.
And
Yeah.
that's
So
the people that go there are more into like hip hop and
Yo,
stuff,
that's
as
it.
opposed to say Woolshed or Gilligan's.
So,
Yeah.
like once I start releasing stuff, like I can be like to venues like that and tell them like, okay, like I want to perform there and
Do an
you know,
EPK.
and like check my stuff out,
Yeah.
you know, and if they like it, you know.
yo,
It's dope, man.
so
because man,
trying to
we
make
hungry.
content.
So that's the goal. Blackout, and at Republic.
Yes,
Yo,
yes.
yo.
Hopefully.
Republic, hit us up.
Republic, hit them up, man.
Blackout
Hit
movement
them
for the
up.
Phoenix generation.
The
Yo.
Phoenix
One
generation.
that'll rise out of the ashes left behind. They'll come
The
out
old world,
stronger,
pretty much.
Yo,
embracing their culture again. That's
Too
what I
good.
want to see happen.
My brothers, man, yo, it's always when I'm young with you guys, it's always inspiring, and seeing what you guys are doing, this movement created in this time, is very empowering, man. And the way you guys are moving, I don't see that there's no way that you cannot be freaking elevated. Like, and that's what
Yo.
you're doing anyway. Got everything all correct, man. The business is correct. The music is there. The collabs, the vision, everything. So
And that
it's-
means a lot to you.
Nah, thank you, man.
Yo.
It's been an honor to have you guys here on Powerverse, man. We've finally made it happen. We're glad you guys came in, sharing some of that knowledge. And I know them young brothers and sisters out there listening, man, they're going to see that, okay, this is possible. Like, when most people think about entrepreneurship, you see either, people from different cultures. And then you see people who are older. It's like, nah, but you got the young brothers, and young sisters running around too, doing these things. And
yo, that's
being
something you
able-
seen that show, like that 870. We had people from all walks of life. Like,
Absolutely.
you know, we had parents bring in the kids to watch. We had, we had the elders there.
Yeah.
We had an array of different people from different backgrounds, different age
Yeah.
groups, ethnicities. Like that was lit. Like it was great because, okay, I target an audience. I target my people. Like I want my people to hear my music because
Yeah.
I know that they'll connect with it. But to see people outside that expectation, it's mind blowing.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Not too good. Look, before we wrap up, I always ask this one question to everybody who sits here at the table, and I ask each of you individually. I'd like to always impart a gift of a gem or a piece of knowledge that you want to pass out to someone out there who's going to be watching this. If you had to drop a gem, one of those jewels that has been a philosophy or a principle in your life, a piece of advice, whatever it is,
Oh, I got
what
one.
would that be?
I
So
got
I'll
one.
start off with Stray.
This one is I've lived by this. Nothing worth it is ever easy. So if it's hard, it's probably worth it.
Dope.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yo.
What, Psycho?
We need to break the chains of mental oppression. Mental oppression is just as bad as real oppression. It's holding us back. Don't be afraid to yarn to your bala. Like that can be the real killer right there. It can be the killer of you. It can be the killer of your dreams. The killer of passion and drive. Get that in check. And
Depression is the silent killer.
That's it.
Nice, thank you. Haiz?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna speak from experience. It's there's this quote that says show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So if you're hanging around the wrong mobs and all that, that's just gonna drag you down. If you're hanging around people that's not trying to get somewhere in life, then you're just gonna be with them in that circle. So if you can break out of whatever bad kind of circle you're in, and just even if you like, I'm not saying find new friends, but just try break out of it and try focus on doing you. Pretty much, that's pretty much what I did. I just got out and went to TAFE and stopped following my friends. But yeah, they're still my friends. But you know what I mean. If they're not good for you, they're not good for you.
That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, man, thank you guys for sharing some of the wisdom and knowledge here and taking us on this journey so we can know who 870 Culture Co. is. It's been an honor and a privilege to have you on here, man. Very inspiring. I look forward for all the great stuff you're about to put out and your journey. Make sure you come back here when you get stuff to launch.
Definitely.
We want to get exclusives. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yo,
And that's what we do,
We
supporting
got
it for the culture and for our people. Love you and
Yeah.
blessings, man.
Yeah, just
On behalf-
yeah.
Oh, you too, bro.
Just want to say thank you for having us here. You know, like
Yeah.
it's been a it's been, man.
On behalf of all us mob here at 870 Culture, all our fans, all our army of supporters we have, you know, I want to say, you know, thank you for having us today, and I want to pay respects to the custodians of this land, past and present, and I want to say thank you, Mabala, and Goinyala.
Yes, sir.
Good and yellow.
And there you have it, guys. That was Powerverse episode 24 with 870 Culture Co. Man, live, exclusive. So check out all the links below. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and always supporting Powerverse. And you know how we say it here before we sign out. Stay inspired, stay empowered, and stay connected. That's all.